Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to review some pine needle soda. Well, but before we start on telling how you make this and how it will taste, because this is the first time I'm going to try this out, if you're interested in survival courses in Belgium, there will be a link to my website called survivaltrainingBelgië.be and also to my book called Bloody Crosses. So if you're interested, take a look, I would say. So, pine needle or spurge needle soda. Well, this is actually just a way in case there is shit hit the fan and you want some soda. What I've heard was that if you put sugar and water in a jar or a bottle with spruce needles, that it will start to carbonize. So like it should be like a soda pop. It should be like psst, start to foam, and yeah. To be honest, I did not put that many needles inside of it, so perhaps it's not that much, but it should be working. Pine needles and spruce are full of vitamin C, so together with the sugar water, it should be taste something like Sprite. So this is the first test we're going to do. This one, as you can see, there's a color difference. This one is made with only sugar, water, and fresh pine needles, and this one is made with how do you say this? Ahorn syrup, and spruce needles. And yeah, as you can see, there's a big little difference. So let's try out the first one and see if it will start to fizz, because that's what we want if there is no supermarket with commercial sodas. So let's see if it will work. Yeah, there was a kind of fizzing pop, not too much, but yeah, that smells like spruce indeed. It has like, it's more like a, it's not bad, but yeah, in these good times, a regular soda will not be beaten by this. But I must say, for a for a soda that you made yourself, I would say it's good. There's a little bit of fizz in there, not enough because I only used this much amount to see if it would work in even smaller quantities, because I didn't want to take all of the new spruce needles from the trees, so there will still be left. So, but for a first time, yeah, for vitamin C, I would say this is acceptable, not the best, but acceptable with only sugar, water, and spruce needles. So we're going to try this one. This one is with the older spruce needles and with maple or ahorn syrup. Let's see. Oh yeah, yep. This one is fizzing much more. You can see it. Even though there is only a small amount inside of it, it's still fizzing. So let's try that. No, still some needles. That's something that I should be taking into account. All the little needles. Yeah, that's the thing. I should be using long needles, but I only had because of this time of the year, they only start to grow on the spruce needles. So yeah, I must say this one has more taste. The maple syrup one. It has. It's a little bit more fizzy. It is the closest thing to a soda besides this one. So it has a more particular taste. This one is more like a flatter lemonade, and this one is more like it comes closer to ginger ale in my opinion than Sprite or something. But yeah, this one has more taste in my opinion. So yeah, maple syrup, spruce needles, and water. And as you can see, it starts to fizzle. There is more fizzle on this than this one. Uh, I will replicate the experiment later on this year when the spruce needles are a little bit longer. Perhaps then you have more carbonization, but to be honest, I'm really surprised with what I got around here. So yeah, if you want to make a simple soda with only sugar, water, and the spruce needle that you find at your in your local environment, I would say go ahead it. But I must say there is also perhaps the thing about the jars, because before I opened this, I noticed the place where I stored them had a little bit uh, on the side and a small puddle. So perhaps there was more carbonization that had put too much pressure inside of it and it went a little bit out. So that's perhaps what's going on in here. I'm not sure, but that's what I would think. Next time I will try one of those bottles that you can close off more firmly. And yeah, it gives a long aftertaste. Not a bad aftertaste, it's just not what I'm used to from a soda. But if there is no commercial sodas, I would say definitely that is something that you would be making. And yet again, use larger pine needles from the time of the year instead of these smaller ones. But yeah, you cannot hurry a tree up to grow it longer. So yeah, and yeah, because it's full of vitamin C, it can also help you with nutrients during a shitty defense situation. You can use it to sell, perhaps, because you can become the local Mr. Coca-Cola, for example. Yeah, and you can. It's also perhaps a treat for the children. What I would say is perhaps after you open it, pour it into through a little net or a piece of cloth, so that you won't get some of the needles, smaller needles, together with it, and then it will be much better. So I would say use maple syrup instead of just regular sugar water. Yeah. So if you got any more ideas about this, if you experimented with this and got perhaps some more things to say about it, please let me know in the comments. I'm always eager to learn. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers.